I'm Grant and welcome back to the channel. I got the new output yoke for my transfer case in this week. What I want to do tonight very quickly is remove the existing output yoke off of my transfer case. I want to install this one and I'd like to hook up the drive shafts front and rear to see if they will work or if I have to get new drive shafts made. So with that said, I'm going to get to work. I got the new output yoke installed on my Rubicon transfer case, and I am delighted to find out that my drive shafts fit. So I'm not gonna have to get new drive shafts. That is just pure luck. So what I'm now gonna do is actually take that off. I'm gonna return my focus to getting a cross member made, but I also have a new transmission mount that came in as well. So I'm gonna move everything around and show you that next. This is the new heavy duty transmission mount that I got that's going to be replacing the factory AW4 transmission mount that I was trying to figure out. I just needed something that was more rigid and something that was going to be easier to make a cross member for. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the factory motor mount. I'll bolt this up and then I'll go about figuring out if I have the room to do the cross member the way I'm hoping to make it. I have the bar in place. I have the mount on. I had to actually modify the backside of the mount because I needed to use the lower mounting holes. The backside of the mount was hitting part of the output housing on the AW4, so it couldn't actually tilt. So I cut that off, have the bar in place, and technically everything clears, but I'm really tight up here. As you can see, I've started grinding away this bar here to make room. I'm gonna grind away a lot more of this bar. So basically I'm playing with, 1/16 of an inch here. I wanna grind away about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little bit more of this bar, almost to the halfway point, because that will allow the transfer case to drop that much more, and I can get a little bit more clearance, but I can also let this cross member be above the bottom of the frame rail. Quick update. I realized the nut certs I had in my frame were going to get in the way. I actually worked on getting them out, and I got them out of the frame as well using a magnet. And I'm now welding them up, grinding them down, trying to weld them up again to get it as flat and clean as possible. Then I'll paint it, and then I'm going to get back to working on the cross member. I'm gonna go over everything I just did real quick. So I cut out the end plates for the cross member. I also drilled 2 holes in them on each side. That's how I'm gonna mount the cross member to the frame. The reason why I put the painter's tape with washers on the frame is I've done this multiple times, and I tried to make the end plates be really flush with the frame. The downside to doing that is once you put the nutsert on, it does stick out of the frame ever so slightly. So the washers are to simulate how much the nutserts will stick out, because it doesn't matter where those washers are right now. I just need to know that width, and once I get the bar welded up, I'll get the bar in place before marking the frame to drill holes into the frame to install the nutserts. So with everything on and painter's tape kind of holding everything, I'm gonna tack weld everything together, triple check it. If it looks good, I'll remove it and then really weld the cross member all into place. All right, everyone, that is all I have. I am exhausted. Now, full disclosure, I drilled one of the nutserts wrong. I don't know how I did it, but it doesn't line up at all. So this coming week, I will re-brace the drivetrain, remove the cross member. I will remove that nutsert, re-weld the frame, grind it smooth, reinstall the cross member, make sure I center punch it correctly with the other 3 bolts in, install a new nutsert, and then everything will be good. But the drivetrain is being held up by the Jeep. I don't have any jack stands or anything holding up the drivetrain. So I have a BEW TDI bolted to an AW4 4-speed automatic, bolted to a Rubicon 4-to-1 transfer case, and I could not be happier. But anyway, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again sometime soon. Goodbye.